Grant, who had a terrific Labor Day too, 6 for 95 and a touchdown. Denzel Doe with a flag down, steps out at the Eskimo bench.
That was on any given Sunday, by the way.
I believe you've used that quote before. Well, more than a few inches for Darrell Walker and Darius Bowman. And the Eskimos have a 2-touchdown lead here in the opening half. Ticats take on the Argos at BMO. Coverage begins 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific across the TSN network and in 4K. They had that wild shootout at Tim Hortons on Monday night. 85 points on the board. Here it's a 14-0 Eskimo lead, and Mike Riley almost matching his Labor Day numbers, at least yardage-wise, here in the first half.
Man, he's got his big two involved right away. Darrell Walker in the first play, Darius Bowman the last touchdown, so they're engaged and in the game.
6 different receivers so far, second and short, and there's White. And this time he'll push ahead for the first down.
Hard running in there. John White's been taking some pounding in the middle from Alex Singleton and Deron Mayo. That defensive line for Cal, you see him just trying to shake it off. He's already all scarred up. Look at the jersey.
We saw Messam on Monday. We saw Jeremiah Johnson last night, and it looked like the run game was starting to take over a bit, but the run defenses here have been stout in the first half. Here's a counter to White, and he'll get 5 off the left side on that gain. Setting up second and medium. So they get to use that part of the playbook in the rematch. It's interesting to hear the coach because he had the numbers down about conversions, and you're more likely to convert twice as often from second and medium than second and long. Low snap, scooped up by Riley. Anybody home? That pass out of the reach of Kuhorn, and they don't convert this time on that second and medium.
That low snap from Mike Riley may seem like a small thing. I mean, he kind of bent down to grab it and did cleanly, but it takes his eyes off the coverage. It takes his eyes off his receivers and the downfield coverage by Calgary. So when he gets back up and stands up straight, now he has to focus in on it again. And it seems like a small thing, but it can be a difference maker, and they got a punt.
Jordan Lynch quarterbacking this punt team, and now they snap to Shaw, who just got it away. And Finch from his 26, 45-yard punt, and the cover team gets the job done. Led downfield by Ryan King, the long snapper.
Very similar to the way they approach the game. Head coach Dave Dickinson and Bo Levi Mitchell on knowing where the breakdowns are and making the adjustments. And they were talking on the sideline through that entire Edmonton offensive sequence and trying to get things straightened out. We're just inch or two away for some big plays.
Last 3 weeks, 1,043 yards of passing, over 70% in each of the last 3 games, but at 40% so far. Flag comes down, and the pass over the middle caught by Durant and immediately taken down by J.C. Sherritt.
A lot of weapons for Bo Levi
Offside,
Mitchell.
Edmonton, number 99. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
But one of the newcomers to Mike Benavides' defense, that's Michael Buchanan offside.
Clearly, Mike Benavides emphasized the containment of Jerome Messam, especially on first down, and that would be the responsibility of the front seven primarily, although secondary also can help with run support.
1st and 5 straight ahead, and Messam powers his way to a first down up at the 45. But more like the Messam we've seen dominate this year.
So Benavides, defensive coordinator, trying to control Messam on first down, get Calgary in second and long, and Calgary's kind of hurting themselves here tonight because they're getting those penalties.
First down, Mitchell over the middle, pass is caught. And Anthony Parker wrestled down by Patrick Watkins after a 5-yard gain at the 50. Well, they're going to give him the 51, so make it a 6-yard pickup.
And they're grinding now. Calgary's grinding now. They're a little something going. Convert this one, and now you got a back-to-back first downs. And
it's that little gesture with the hand. Was that the lighter? He's starting to get things sparked. There's another first down. And they're now into Eskimo territory. Bakari Grant out at the Edmonton 50.
Boy, the timing on this out route from Bakari Grant and the throw, just bang on. I mean, ball's in the air now, and he turns around and catches it.
Bakari lost his shoe.
Objectional conduct, Edmonton number 41. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And was that Odell who threw the shoe? Because he had to go get the shoe from
Did he throw it in the stands
behind
or
the
what?
bench? Guys are looking for that.
Well, someone went back there and got it, threw it back to him anyway.
Bakari's got to go to the sidelines and relace up.
Pit crew to change a tire.
Pitch in the backfield now, and Markway McDaniel takes that little hitch, and he's dropped at the 33. Philip Hunt with the tackle, and Odell takes a penalty for the shoe toss.
There he is right there to the right. He's right up here. Yeah, there, and he just grabs, he sees the shoe. He's like, yeah, I'll just throw that over there. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Isn't that a...
Just trying to keep the field clean. Mitchell got a lot of steamboats. And now finds somebody downfield. Durant went up and unable to bring it down. Brandon Thompson in coverage.
Well, that was coverage that was causing the problems for Bo Levi Mitchell, because he had all kinds of time. I mean Mitchell. There's Lamar Durant. I'll get it right. Watch as he's going to work back to Mitchell, but Mitchell has all day. I mean, all day in the pocket. Finally tries to get it in there, but a little bit of a high throw.
So Rennie Paredes in his 100th Canadian Football League game surveys a 40-yarder. Matador keeps the streak alive. It's now 32 consecutive field goals, and he's within 18 points of 1,000 in his career after that. So the Stampeders are on the board. A reminder that today, grab your camera and film your life, then upload your story to CanadaInADay.ca.
Both cheer teams here for the rematch. Dance rivals.
Eskimos start at the 35. Pass underneath to the veteran Getzlaff. He has his second catch of the game and a 6-yard pickup. Just one catch on Monday, but as we mentioned earlier, has gone over 6,000 yards in his 9-year career. Mike Riley, 219 last week, 209 so far in the opening half, and he'll add to it here. John White wide open, and right down the sidelines, finally pushed out at the Calgary 37. 32-yard pickup at the 3-minute warning. John White out of the backfield, and the Eskimos get a big play to move back into scoring position. It's an 11-point lead late.
3 minutes till halftime. We're going to talk a lot about different Eskimo Stampeder game this time around. Also the earlier Banjo Bowl, Winnipeg winning, and they also promised to throw the ball around with me a bit. First I have to find them, though. In the meantime, back to CC and Suits.
Once a receiver, always a receiver, huh? First down Eskimos, and there's Corey Watson. Gets a block from Darrell Walker, and then gets swarmed at around the 28-yard line.
Well, the Calgary Stampeders have got to get a stop here. I mean, been a field goal attempt, field goal not terrible. This is a big series here for Devon Claybrook's group.
Only once this year have the Stampeders given up double-digit points in a quarter in the first half. And that was last week in the second quarter against Edmonton, and some of those points came off the Kenny Ladler pick six. But they're in danger here of doing it again. The Eskimos have a first down there, threatening to score already a touchdown in the second quarter on the catch by Adarius Bowman.
Claybrooks be tempted to send pressure here, but he got burnt on it in the first play and may not go back to it.
Fake that handoff. Riley has time. Underneath it goes. Watson another catch. Taylor Reed into the game, and he makes the tackle after a 7-yard Eskimo gain.
Interesting coverage here from that defense as Josh Bell, the safety, is right here, and when he gets to Darius Bowman, he just takes off to cover. Bowman covers a lot of ground. That's an interesting call to ask your safety to come up out of the middle of the field like that and cover a flat route.
Second and short, dumped off. White's got another catch. Here's White inside the 10. Another first down. That's the 10th reception by an Eskimo not named Bowman or Walker. I think that's significant that they're spreading it around and not just the big two.
Yeah, and also, could mean that when Calgary does roll coverage, if Walker and Bowman are on the same side, like into the short side of the field, for instance, they could roll their coverage that way, which means Riley would take the ball the other side, and that's why they're spreading it around.
So the Eskimos started on their own 35. This is the 7th play of the drive. First and goal, Calgary 8. And it's White. Down around the 5-yard line. Charleston Hughes brings down White after 3.
I think Charleston Hughes just basically gambled here, left his responsibility. He's seen this set before. He's a veteran. He recognizes it, and watch how quickly he reacts and just leaves all kind of containment, doesn't care about it, just slides in to make the tackle. He just read that play and played the play.
We got an injured Eskimo, Nate Kuhorn, shaken up and getting attention.
Don Matthews used to say that all the time. One of the great coaches in this game's history used to say all the time, if you see it, play it. That's why you're out there. Just trust your instincts. And if you read something and you see the play, just go ahead and play the play. And I think that's exactly what Charleston Hughes did on that run play.
Just don't be wrong.
Well, if you're wrong, you get a minus, and the coach will be on you. But they want you to do it, encourage you to do it, especially with veteran players. I mean, take care of your responsibilities, yes. Alignment, assignment, execution. It's always first. But if you see it, play it. And that's one of the great things about guys like Don Matthews, like Wally Buono in BC. They want their players to go be athletes. Can they get the stop, though? That's the Calgary Stampeders.
But as you mentioned, it helps to be a 9-year vet where you've been there and done that and have the confidence that you can gamble at times. And now set up second and goal from the 5. And instead of losing contain and maybe already watching a touchdown celebration. Riley out of the pocket, back corner, incomplete. Wanted Walker, but Tommy Campbell with terrific coverage.
Well, this time there, Devon Claybrooks mixes things up. He's going to move Micah Johnson to Charleston Hughes' spot, move Hughes, that veteran presence, more in the middle, so he can read and react, play both sides, and plays underneath those crossing routes. And the Calgary Stampeders do get an important stop, force a field goal.
Junior Turner, Alex Singleton with pressure on Riley to rush the throw. And so Sean White comes on, but we've got a fake. Jordan Lynch, unbalanced line. And now everybody point at each other.
Wow. And this is where the video official can really help the on-field officials. Who flinched first? Who moved first? Did any of the offensive players come out of a three-point stance? Three-point is the hand on the ground.
And was this a design play or just designed to try and draw Calgary offside?
Yeah, almost looked like that.
Procedure, Edmonton number 66. Penalties declined. Still third down.
So Matt O'Donnell called for procedure.
And I think that's exactly what it was, Chris. That's a good call. That Jason Moss just shifted the formation, made it look like they were going to fake it, and then tried to draw him.
Stamps declined the penalty, make the angle a little tougher, but no problems for White here in the final minute, as it once again is a 14-point Edmonton lead. Well, we saw Charleston Hughes prominent on the stop there for Calgary, and he talked about how dominant and how everything's been working for Calgary up until tonight.
The morale is high. You know, our quarterback's playing at a high level. The receivers are rallying behind them. Offensive line is blocking for them. And, you know, the team chemistry is at an ultimate high, you know. And it's great playing when it's like that because the game becomes fun. It becomes not just your job, it becomes going to work and having a good time and knowing what it takes to win.
Boy, they've been on a roll, but you can see it's not as much fun tonight. And by the reaction of Charleston Hughes, they got to go and regroup and get everybody going back. You can't take for granted that you're going to just show up and continue with that momentum. You got to go back to the drawing board every single game, and they'll do that at halftime. Don't be surprised at all, though, to see Bo Levi Mitchell come back in the second half, start slinging it.
Let's see what they do on this final drive of the first half. 2nd and 6, running out of time, and he'll get dropped. There is a flag, and we're the Eskimos offside. No sacks for Edmonton on Labor Day.
I think they were.
Offside, Edmonton number 99. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So it's Michael Buchanan called for offside, and it's going to be 2nd and a yard now.
J.C. Sherrod kind of drew his teammates offside. He was trying to go on a blitz. He jumped into the line, and everybody flinched.
2nd and 1, Messam. Second effort, he'll have the first.
He's got enough for a Stampeders first down.
Looks like they're about 20 yards from Paredes range here.
Absolutely. And time for 4 plays.
Pressure on from Odell. Mitchell gets away and throws low, incomplete. A couple of receivers in the same spot, and that's usually a problem as Parker and Durant talked it over.
Boy, once Bo Levi Mitchell got out there, he could have planted, stopped, and waited for a receiver to open. I mean, Odell basically geared it down, and you got Mitchell could have stopped there, waited, and not trying to make this very difficult throw. Also had an open Marquay McDaniel more in the middle, who just planted his feet and looked downfield.
Second and 10. More pressure from Willis. Mitchell on a roll, throws complete. And a big catch is made by Tavares Daniels. And now they're on the fringe of Paredes range, but time for one more play.
Daniels, number 89, making a catch. First down at the Eskimo.
Try and work the sideline, probably the short side of the field. Once again, escaping to his right. Del Willis got to keep contain out there.
Got a hustle here. And down he goes to the 40. And, well, there was 1 second on the clock. And when I looked up, let's see if the officials are going to. Tim Croker's going to, he's going to say it's over. And clearly it wasn't. Dave Dickinson said there was 1 second left. And now the officials will talk about it. And one of the reasons there's an eye in the sky as well. But let's find out.
They're holding the Edmonton Eskimos.
Yeah.
Edmonton was trying to get to the locker room here, and there's the clock in their left corner, and down there
Clearly.
2-1, and clearly I think there's 1 second left. And that clock you saw is the official clock in the stadium here. I think he was down by contact. Also, when the whistle actually blew to stop the play.
Now they're going to put 2 seconds on the clock.
But you're right.
There are 2 seconds on the game clock. It is second down.
You're right. The video official new this year can help them get that right. And clearly they've made the adjustment and the correction, given Ernie Paredes a chance.
Tim Croker's watching the play, and after it was over, he looked up and the clock had drained. But as you saw, Grant was down. And so from 47 yards out, this would be a bit of a boost into the locker room for Calgary if Ernie Paredes can put it through. But he is wide, and his streak is over after 32 consecutive. And Kinzeldo might have some room down the sidelines. Paredes can't stop him, but slowed him up, and Rob Cote will make the touchdown-saving tackle. So Paredes misses for the first time after 32 consecutive. 17-3 at the half. Here's Rod.
Thank you, Chris. Look, for a moment like the half was done. That's a whole lot of drama in one final play as the Paredes streak comes to an end. And who knows what Doe was doing there if Edmonton could have put more points on the board. As it stands, much better than it was on Monday, on Labor Day, for the Edmonton Eskimos. Back with Jock Climby and Milt Stegall. One of the things we talked about in this game, if it was going to be an Edmonton victory, they had to start a whole lot better, and their defense had to be a lot better on Bo Levi Mitchell. Well, so far in this game, we're seeing it. Let's talk about the Eskimos right out of the gate. Their first play from scrimmage is a touchdown of 104 yards.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out whether the Calgary Stampeders were listening to me in the pregame talking about how they're basically invincible and no one can beat them. Because actually the defense that they played right at the beginning is actually arrogance.
Yes.
And we talked about it as soon as we saw it. They go cover zero on the very first play. When the team backed up, they got Darrell Walker running a post against Tommy Campbell, who's got no help in the middle. They are bringing the house on the very first play because they're smelling the safety. But look what they do here. They bring their safety from depth. I can tell you, this is the worst defense in the entire world. It should never be run because you're not going to get there. Look how long he has to throw the football. It doesn't work. And poor Tommy Campbell's out there all by himself. Now, the second mistake, you talk about arrogance, he undercuts the ball. He takes it this angle rather than taking that angle and just protecting the touchdown. Overconfidence, arrogance, call it whatever you will, that results in a 105-yard touchdown, and that is not the way you want to start a football game. I don't know what's going on with these Calgary Stampeders, but I don't recognize them right now.
Well, yeah, confident bunch, but they certainly got burned right out of the gate. And as for the defense of the Edmonton Eskimos, they certainly got burned a lot against Calgary. This has been a different story so far.
Totally different story. You remember last week they got burnt for 498 yards. I mean, it was, 24 points in the first half? Not so much in this first half today. They're playing great ball. They're doing everything correct. They're all over the receivers, not letting them get any room. Deion Lacey right here, one of the most versatile players in the CFL, makes a great play from his weak side linebacker, and they're not allowing Messam to get going. So it's great what they're doing for this first half. Remember last week, they've given up 24 points, only 6 points this week. But don't get complacent, don't get happy, because we know Bo Levi Mitchell could come out and have a great second half, but they need to keep it up.
Yeah, clearly quite a difference in offense so far in this game, although a lot of it because of that one play that you just talked about right at the beginning of the game. When we come back, highlights and reaction to the Banjo Bowl in Winnipeg. Stick around.
The Battle of Alberta, the Labor Day rematch. From his end zone, has some time. Darrell Walker's got it, and he's going for you. The first play, 104-yard touchdown. Going to take a shot to the end zone. Touchdown. There's that 1-2 punch.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the 2017 Honda Ridgeline. Truck smarter with our most intelligent pickup yet.
The Nissan Micro Cup, the most affordable racing series in Canada, held races 11 and 12 of the 2016 season at the Grand Prix of Trois-Rivières on August 13th and 14th. Race 1 saw Stefan Rosinski capture his first win of the season, while championship leader Xavier Coupal won Sunday's race, capturing his 6th win